Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Jeannie and this is On the Hook Crochet, where we talk about wearable crochet style. And I wanted to show you this beautiful sweater that I made. It is from Sewrella and she has a website. I'll put the link down in the box for you down below. But this is a crocheted sweater that is quite easy to make, believe it or not. It's beautiful, but it's very easy to make. The sleeves are ruffled, and it's called the Crochet Ruffle Sleeve Cardigan by Sewrella. Let me step out here and let you look at how long it is. It's fairly long. It's about a little bit higher than mid-thigh, and I like it because I've worn it several different seasons, actually. I made this last fall, and this is a warm sweater. It's made of jeans yarn by Lion Brand, and I talked about that in my last video. This is the color khaki. Very pretty with most any color, honestly. You can wear it with a tank top. You can wear it with a turtleneck in the winter or fall. You can wear it with a light colored shirt in the summertime, maybe a short sleeve shirt if you just need a little more warmth or a little style. And the sleeves I did not make exactly like the pattern. In the way I usually do things, I adjusted it, and I felt like the sleeves were a little bit too solid. They were made just like the body of the sweater, and I decided to make them have more of a lace look. So all I did was double crochet just like this, only I skipped a stitch and put a chain in there. So it was pretty easy to go across and just change it a little bit, but you could do it the way Sewrella designed it, and it would look quite beautiful as well. Now, in keeping with my making patterns more than one time, I will show you what else I've made. I'm almost through with it, and it is a green version of this sweater. It's quite lovely, and I'm making it out of I Love This Yarn by Hobby Lobby, and the color is mid-green. I've had it for a little while, maybe a couple months, so I'm not sure if they still have the color up. They probably do. But this is I Love This Yarn, and it is the size 4, so it's just kind of a basic yarn that you can get. It wouldn't cost much at all to make it out of that. It would cost you a little bit more to make it out of the Lion Brand jeans yarn, and I do love the way that crochets up. But this has turned out really nicely. I'll show you how that looks. Look how pretty that is. That's quite beautiful. There's no halo on this yarn, and if you know what I'm talking about, the halo is the fuzz. There's none on the jeans yarn and none on this yarn either, so I expect it to look pretty much like this when I get finished with it. So I'm excited about that. I've made basically all the pieces to it, except I have to put the sleeves on it. So I've made the 2 fronts and the back in the green, and I'll be through with that before too long. And I'll put the link to her pattern down there. Here's a picture of it. This is how she looks in it. She's quite beautiful girl. And the sleeves, I don't know if you can see it on there, but when you go and look at this pattern, you'll see that the sleeves are made just like the sweater in the same stitch. There's another picture of the back. So you can go right on her website and get that pattern. And also, she has a tutorial. I think I saw it last year, so it's probably still out there, but you can look and see. But if you're a decent beginning crocheter even, you could make this, and you probably wouldn't even need a tutorial. You can follow the directions. They're very simple, and you know, it's easy to make. And I've gotten a lot of compliments on this. It's quite beautiful, and it flows nicely in the jeans yarn, and I imagine that it will also in the Hobby Lobby yarn. So I'll put a link down there to find the pattern and the yarn if you're interested, and hopefully you'll enjoy making that. Now, I wanted to also talk about another pattern that I found on Ravelry, and this is actually called the Stormy Waters Crochet Infinity Scarf, and it uses the unforgettable Red Heart yarn. Here's what it looks like. It's absolutely stunning. This color is called Polo, which means absolutely nothing. I don't know why they called it Polo, but it has quite a halo. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe not. I've got too much light on here. But it's got quite a bit of a halo on it. You can pull it out with your fingers even. And it comes, actually it's coming off. It's going out in the air. But I did love the look of the yarn. It is not like your regular yarn. It is very slick, but then it also has a halo. I think you can see it there actually now. So it's an interesting yarn. I thought it was very interesting. So I bought this because it was the second choice of yarn that she suggested in her pattern. She suggested Lion Brand's Landscapes, and I do have some of that, but I decided to go with the Unforgettable because it just looked like it would be more beautiful with the scarf, and I was right. It is absolutely beautiful. I've started it. I started the scarf, and if you can see that, it started with the kind of a yellowish color and blends up to the red, pink, green, gold. There are all kinds of colors in this, but they do blend beautifully. It's a little bit stripy, but it's not, you know, the lines aren't drawn terribly straight. So it looks pretty good when you get it started. This will be 52 inches long, and then I'll sew it. I don't love infinity scarves, honestly, but this is going to be long enough to where there's plenty of room to get it around your head twice, and you're not, it's not up here. You still have some room around here. So I think that this is going to be very beautiful, and I'll keep you apprised of how that goes. I also wanted to show you this. When I order from Love Knitting, and it's also called Love Crocheting, it's a company that has yarns, all different kinds of yarns. And when I order something from them, they always send me these bags. They send the yarn actually in the bag. They have a little drawstring at the top. So cute. And every now and then, besides using my Ziploc bags that I talked about in one of my last videos, I use these bags to keep small projects in, like this scarf. And you can see through it. It's beautiful. You can throw it in your car if you're going to go somewhere and have it with you in case you have to wait 10-15 minutes. You can put a few rows on there. Also wanted to tell you this pattern for the Stormy Waters Crochet Infinity scarf. That pattern has a tutorial on the website, and her website is, I'm not seeing it on here. Oh, I don't see it. I have the link to it down below. So there is a tutorial that goes with that. So move around on our website and you'll see the tutorial for this. It's not difficult. It uses basic crochet stitches, but they're put together in a beautiful way. And there is a front post double crochet stitch in here. But I think if you're patient and watch the tutorial, it would be easy for a beginner. I really believe a beginner could make this. And if you use a very nice yarn like this Unforgettable, you can make these for presents and people would think that is absolutely gorgeous. And it is. It's quite beautiful. It turned out nicer than I ever thought. Now, one thing I wanted to show you before I leave is the project that I talked about several videos ago, and it is the Kodiak bomber jacket. This has been such a challenge for me, and you know, like I said, I've been crocheting for many, many years, but this has been a challenge. I've gotten this far. Now I've done the sides, and I'll probably do, here's another row that I haven't quite finished. I'll probably do maybe 4 or 5 more rows to make it a tiny bit longer than it calls for in the pattern, and then I'll attach the sleeves to it, and I think you crochet them right onto the bodice. So this has turned out to be a gorgeous jacket. I put the links in one of a previous video, but this is Lion Brand Homespun Thick and Quick, so it's huge. It's, you know, I think it's a 6 or an 8. It's a 6 bulky, and it has a huge halo on it. This is the fuzziest yarn I think I've ever worked with, but it's a challenge for me, and I'm going to take the challenge and run with it, and I will finish it. It may take me another few weeks, and you know, winter might be over by the time I get around to this, finishing this, but it will be done. and I'll keep you up to date on how I do with it. So join me next time to find out what's on the hook.